Utah State completes their second and final scrimmage of fall camp as now they get ready for the Washington State Cougars on Saturday, September 4th. Here is the post-scrimmage audio from August 21st. You'll hear from head coach Blake Anderson, defensive lineman Hale Motu'apuaka, and wide receiver Kyle Van Leeuwen.
How I thought things went today. I thought they looked tired, which they are. It's been two weeks of grind. You can see some sluggish legs. We've got we'll turn the corner here and start getting our legs back going into Washington State. But in terms of offensively, sloppy with snaps, sloppy with penalties, a couple drops. Good things we didn't turn the ball over like we did a week ago. So, you got a chance to stay in games if you'll protect the ball. Defensively, I thought they came out and played better early. Didn't do a great job in a couple of situational areas that we played. Goal line was poor. 4 minute, we need to get them off the field. We didn't do a great job there, but finished up with a good 2 minute drive. So, it's good and bad on both sides. We're not ready to play yet. We need time. Luckily, we got a little bit more of it, but, man, the days are going by quick. So, get back to work on Monday and see if we can get better this week. What questions you have?
Coach, you guys have talked about wanting to have pace.
Yeah.
But there were a lot of downtime today.
Yeah.
Was it just because you've been grinding them in practice and you just needed those breaks? Or?
Well, it's hard to get pace when you don't have productive plays on first down, and I thought if you look, our first down efficiency was probably a little off. Some of the situations don't allow for it either. And we've got some guys that are hurt. We had a couple guys out there that typically wouldn't probably be playing with the groups that they were with, and it just kind of muddles it up. But all in all, you got to get some plays going and get some momentum going on first and second down to create the momentum and the tempo that you want, and that just wasn't something we did consistently today. Whether it be mechanically up front, turning the guy loose, snaps on the ground, drop balls, you name it. It was pretty sloppy today. It was a struggle.
Coach, I noticed that Sonny and Jalen, they were both out. Have they been out for all of fall camp, or is that a new development? Or?
No, some of those guys we have several that are out right now. Luckily, only one guy that's probably out for the season right now in Brock Lane. Everybody else should be getting healthy, but it's kind of a day-to-day process. I think both have a chance to be back within the next week. Should be, back in the depth chart before even, Byron Vaughn shoots. Those guys should be back going into Washington State. Just we can't rush them back too early. We'll just set them back even further.
There were quite a few PBUs today. A couple of them were underthrown deep balls that the receiver, if it's thrown a little bit more, they probably catch those. But how well do you feel the secondary's coming along?
I think we get more and more competitive. Now we've got some guys out there that weren't out in the spring. I think the comfort level they have and what we're doing. It's good to have Cam back. He missed most of the spring. I think every snap that those guys get together in our system, they just grow in confidence. We have some depth there now as well, which creates competition, which I think is making them all better, and you're seeing that with the first group. The wind played with some balls today, held some balls up that I think we misjudged. A couple that got away from us with the wind, a couple that hung into the wind, and the defense is right there, so it doesn't leave a whole lot of room for error. But I'm pleased with that group, and I feel like they're getting better every day.
Coach, I want to ask you about Elia and Anoka, their addition. Anything you can tell us about how that came together, and what do they bring for their respective units?
Well, they bring some size for sure. It's two big humans, and we love having them. I'll just tell you that I think if you look back, they signed letters of intent with BYU past December, and for whatever reason, there were some issues with them starting with everybody else on time, and ultimately they were given the opportunity to step out of those NLIs, and we were happy to recruit them and pick them up. They've been great additions. They're both freshmen with great futures ahead of them, and it's fun to see them just kind of get acclimated this first week. It was really good to see our guys, how they responded to them coming in. They got, I think, really bright futures ahead of them, and who knows, either one of them or both could step in and get involved in the two deep this year if they can pick things up mentally in a hurry, and I think they both have the capacity to do that.
Any more clear of a picture on the quarterback situation, Coach?
Without watching tape, I don't think either one of them played real well today, and I think it's been neck and neck every day. So they're making it difficult on us, but we'll evaluate it as best we can. We still don't feel like we have to have a decision made today. We still got some days that we can evaluate it, but that time is approaching pretty quick. I'd say within the next week, we'll try to do our best to make a decision and see if we can move forward with one guy and a backup.
And then the incredible progression of Kyle Van Leeuwenw, he just looks great.
Yeah, the guy he can play. He did it all spring. Doesn't surprise me anymore. we've got several guys I think that can do that, and I think they're doing a really good job of feeding off each other. Quarterbacks have a tremendous amount of confidence in them, so he did what I kind of expected him to do at this point.
Do you feel like you're getting separation that you need to determine key positions and who's getting minutes at key positions?
At some places you are, some you aren't. Some it's really super tight, and you know, at some positions you can rotate and play a lot of guys. There's several that you can't. Quarterback's a spot. That's just not something we're going to do. We're gonna make a decision based off all the information that we have and do the best we can and move forward. And I think that's always a challenge you have when you got a couple guys that have the ability to play at a high level.
Same thing with running back. You use a lot of different running backs.
I would say we probably play a little bit more by committee there, just because of the amount of reps that we would like to get if we can move the ball, the amount of wear and tear it takes on a guy's body, and each one of them kind of has a little bit of a unique skill set. I can see us playing a lot of guys at that position, and even wide out to some degree to keep guys fresh and keep their legs fresh. You know, O-linemen typically play, quarterback typically plays, but those other skill spots, I can see where we're going to have to play more than one body.
Just from this past week of fall camp, who were some of the standouts that really maybe emerged during practice?
You know, to be honest with you, I would be lying to you. It's been such a grind just to teach situations and try to make sure these guys know what we expect. I mean, everything they're learning from us is for the first time. I mean, we didn't deal with any of these situations in the spring. We just tried to get to know the guys. Now you're talking 4-minute and coming out and goal line and 2-minute and all these different. It's been a focus on football IQ this week, and then also reducing mistakes from a week ago. And in that sense, we did some good things. It was not pretty today. It was not crisp by any means, but we even in the midst of that, we made some improvements in some areas that'll give us a chance to win games.
I feel like this scrimmage we did pretty good. One thing that we went through a lot of adversity, but it was good to see how we responded to all that adversity. There's a lot of stuff we got to clean up these next few weeks before we get to Washington State, but I think we'll be fine. It's good to see that we have a lot of tough players on the team that will respond to adversity well.
It just seems like you guys swarm into the ball better than you were last year at this time. Well, I guess I don't know if it's really fair because it really wasn't a fall camp, but last spring for sure. Well, I mean, just that than you have been the last couple of seasons in general. What do you think has been the key to that development?
That effort is like one of the main things we emphasize every single day. Every single time we watch a film, we always see if everyone is running to the ball, and if we're not, we pay for it. You know, and that's the only way we can make a good, solid defense is by running to the ball, because at the end of the day, luck follows effort. And as long as we can get 11 passes to the ball, we know we'll be good. We'll be set.
Hale, it looked like you and Marcus were running the ones with the defensive tackle. Do you think your guys' position, y'all separated yourselves at all, or is there just a lot of guys still fighting for the front job?
Oh, dang. We have a really talented front from the D tackles to the D ends. We're really loaded in depth. We got me, Marcus, then Phil, James, and the young buck Gessie is coming along really well as well. We got a lot more guys, and I feel like it's good that we have a good solid 5 and 6 in the interior D line, because we can always stay fresh in the game. And Coach Al, Coach Devine, Coach Lappy have been doing an excellent job getting us ready and running the defense how we need to run it.
Do you feel like that's moving along like you need it, or do you still feel like you still got a ways to go before game one?
I feel like we can always get better, and we do need ways to go in terms of being consistent with our technique and with our physicality. We can do it. We do it most of the time, but we got to make sure that we do it every play. We got to make sure that we knock dudes back and create disruption in the backfield so that our linebackers and the rest of the defense can flow to the ball and we can make plays.
How sick and tired of you guys hitting each other?
Oh, man, we talk about it in the locker room all the time. We cannot wait to play someone else. We can't wait to go to Pullman and play Washington State. We feel ready. We feel prepared. It's been a good camp for us to learn. Everyone has been learning, and we got one more week. Next week, we're going to go back to the practice field, back in the film room, and clean up what we need to clean up, take off the rust, and we're ready to go in a few weeks.
Does anyone have any knives?
No, nothing today.
Nice.
I think the offense did pretty good again. I mean, there's still some things we got to work on, some things that we can fine-tune, but it helped being able to be in the red zone, to be able to actually score some touchdowns. Like, we didn't get the opportunity last week. We just got to get healthy, just got to fine-tune the playbook, all the install, and then come time, it's game prep for Washington State. So I'm excited. We have the potential to be very deadly and very dangerous. We just got to keep on fine-tuning and keep on improving day by day. So.
So obviously you did a lot of red zone stuff today, which you didn't do anything of the last week. How well do you feel you implemented those schemes today?
I think we did. I think we did really well when we were in the red zone. I mean, there's still some things we can work on, but this whole last week we were able to implement the red zone and be able to work on it. So we got lots of practice at it, and in practice we did it really well when we were practicing, and then it showed out today. So I think we have some really good red zone plays that can help us get in the end zone.
Your brothers certainly have a great history here. You're the next in line. How's that feel, having that family connection, having them cheer you on or egg you on?
It's awesome. I mean, I love having. I mean, I love that they played here, and then I can continue it. And I mean, thanks to
cover them, you just can't do it.
Coach Banda. No, but I love having had my brothers played here. It's been awesome to be able to watch them in the past. I've been in the stadium plenty of times, so it's home. But now it's my turn, and just got to prove who I am out of my brothers. And we always make the joke, who's going to be the best? So that's what I got to try and do, is just be the best and continue the legacy.
Kyle, you talked about how a lot of the plays were in the red zone, but some of your touchdowns you didn't need the red zone to do. How did it feel to get some of those deep bombs and reel them in?
Oh, it always feels great to execute. I mean, longer plays and the explosive plays like we did today. But at the end of the day, if we can get in the end zone, that's what we like. 7 points is better than no points. So whatever I can do and whatever the rest of the team can do to help us get in the end zone is what the goal is. Because I mean, when you score points, you win games. So.
Did you know that Derek Wright had that kind of hurdling ability? That was something I hadn't seen before in the past.
I hadn't either. I mean, I was running my route, and then he caught it. I looked back, I was going to go block, and I saw him hurdle, and I was just in awe. I was just like, I didn't think he could jump that high. But, I mean, he proved himself today as well, and it's fun playing alongside D. Wright, so it was awesome.
Kind of looked like you threw some ice on your shoulder at the end and kind of said, "Are you good and everything?" Just precautionary?
Yeah, just precautionary. I've had some shoulder problems in the past, but, I mean, I'll be good. So just want to make sure I stay healthy and, I mean, get some feeling back in my fingers. But I'll be fine. So.
Anything else for Kyle? Okay.
Thank you so much.